if you notice, this morning I'm not going to be preaching. A few weeks ago, I was talking with Taylor, and he was telling me what a great sermon it would be on Jesus flipping tables and this anger of Jesus. And he was telling me all the things that he would say about that. And I said, that's fine, you can say it, except you're going to say it in a sermon. So Taylor is preaching this morning.
WWJD. What would Jesus do? It's a catchphrase found on bracelets, license plates, motivational style posters, and t-shirts. It's the sermon topic of both youth pastors and youthful pastors. And it's a framework that is often used to promote the idea of finding compassion, forgiveness, and empathy in situations where it is often difficult to find such. Your neighbor steals your dog. Your older sister holds you down, pulls your hair, and kicks you. Your friend borrows your car and totals it. What would Jesus do? Hug your neighbor, forgive your sister, have empathy for your friend. Now, in the next part that I'm about to say, I by no means want to diminish the importance of finding compassion, forgiveness, and empathy when it is seemingly impossible. However, I do think that this framework gives us this tendency to limit our imagination of Jesus' emotional responses. Jesus is human, which means he gets the wonderful blessing of being able to experience the full range of human emotions. Jesus experiences heartbreak. Jesus experiences anxiety. He experiences hesitancy, boredom, astonishment, frustration, contempt. Jesus knows anger. Before beginning my work here, I worked at a 24-hour locked residential facility for predominantly foster youths from every county in the state of California. These were the teenagers that the state didn't know what to do with. They'd been removed from every family they had been placed with, kicked out of every facility that accepted them. Even juvenile halls sent us clients who were quote-unquote too much. These were children who had been failed over and over by every adult in their life and the support systems intended to protect them. These kids were not easy to deal with. During my nearly 2.5 years working in this facility, I was punched in the face, breaking my glasses multiple times, spat on, purposefully kicked in the groin, slammed in metal doors, had chairs thrown at me, feces hurled at me, insults and degrading language directed at me that I wish not to repeat today. We utilized what's called trauma-informed care. For anybody who might not have heard of that term before, let me quote my orientation director. During orientation, he said, "It's hard to get rid of the demons inside of you because they were holding you when nobody else did." It's hard to get rid of the demons inside of you because they were holding you when nobody else did. For many of the kids that I had the pleasure of working with, abuse had not been an event, but was a lifestyle. Just a normal part of everyday life growing up. I was on the receiving end of a lot of anger that was not intended for me. I was attacked because I was safe, because they knew I wouldn't hurt them. I often told these kids, anger is my favorite emotion. I love anger. I love anger. I love it. Because anger is often a response to perceived unfairness and injustice. And unfortunately, the world is unjust. Life is unfair. And as someone who works on a daily basis to promote fairness and justice, I need people standing next to me, ready to fight the good fight, ready to do the hard work, and ready to put up with a fair bit of bullshit. And it helps if they are angry. Anger will put a fire in your heart and a purpose in your step. And all I ask of those standing next to me is that they do not let the actions that they take when they are angry reflect poorly on the rest of us. Because there have been many people who have given anger a bad name. You know at least one. So I will never tell you not to be angry. I will never invalidate the reason that you are angry. I will never tell you that your anger is wrong. All I ask is that you are careful with the actions that you take when you are angry. When Jesus saw corruption and extortion in the temple, he got angry. Jesus got angry. And with that anger, he poured out their coins, flipped their tables, and drove them out with a whip of cord. That is a weapon. Jesus made a protest. Jesus chose violence and disruption, righteously so. And so I ask you, what would Jesus do? When a fascist regime puts kids in cages and separates families at the border, what would Jesus do? When a proxy state of Western interests bombs their neighbors in the name of global oil prices, what would Jesus do? When billionaires value their bottom line over employees, forcing them to piss in plastic bottles, let alone receive the 15-minute legally required bathroom break, what would Jesus do? When a corrupt system extorts vulnerable populations, those without the ability to defend themselves, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Jesus would flip tables.